Okay, you're live. It's just not gonna show in here because I don't know what remote is.
Oh,
But you're live.
we're live.
Oh, okay. There we go.
That'll help.
All right, good morning, everyone. Let's bring this board of public works to order. It is Tuesday, May 26th. Let the record reflect that all board members are present. First item of old business is to approve the minutes from May 11th. Any further discussion, questions, comments, corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Any other old business to come before the board? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. First item is work order number 2, miscellaneous repair to curb and gutter, handicap ramps, and other concrete flat work. Is this the work order?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we're looking to solicit bids for the second work order. I'm not sure if he sent you the list of what exactly where we're going or not, but
I think it's in here. It's 42 pages, yeah.
yeah, there's a lot. So it dollar wise and scope wise, it comes in with the first work order.
Any questions for Brad from the board? From the public?
Will we complete it?
This one or all of it? The work order one should be done here within the next month, I think, and then this one will probably be done around October.
Okay.
It never works that way. That's when we want it done, but it usually ends up being like December, so.
Don't hold it to any. Do not hold it to any. Any other questions for Brad?
So Brad, how many contractors will bid on this, do you think?
We had one last time.
That's
Before
it?
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had 2, excuse me. We had 2, our construction wasn't approved on the state Board of Public Works certified contractors list, so we couldn't look at their bid. The one before that, I think we had 3, if I remember right. I don't know.
Usually Dennis, ST, and Boyd's, but,
Yeah, I think SD's kind of, their prices have been pretty high lately, so I think like last time I think they just didn't bid because
did Canoes and Bill? I don't feel like we-
they talked like they were going to,
Yeah,
and then they didn't.
finish them
How
down.
much will this be, do you think?
I'm sorry.
How much do you think this will be?
We'll have about 400,000 left in the budget. How about that?
Yeah.
I don't want to really give an estimate of what we're doing before we bid.
I hear you. Okay, good point. I'm sorry, I'm done.
No, you're fine. Any other questions from the board? From the public? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion.
We can sit.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, we have a request from the Terre Haute Brewing Company to close Swan Street from South 8th to South 9th on May 30th at 8 a.m. for the Spring Music Festival. Is there anyone here to speak on that? No, it is, we have a favorable recommendation from engineering. We have a favorable recommendation from the street department.
We've closed Street Spring before.
Yeah, this isn't the first one, so.
And the neighbors are good?
The neighbors, he says are good.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion, comments, questions from the board? From the public? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Next, we have a request from Commerce and Steamfitters Local 157 to close Wabash Avenue from 4th to 13th, South 4th from Wabash to Poplars from South 4th to South 3rd, 11th Street from Ohio to Eagle, and 12th Street from Ohio to Eagle during the annual Labor Day Parade, September 7th. How are we talking about this already? Whew, it is June. Well, this week will be June. Wow. Is there anyone here to speak on that? Why?
So I'm here on behalf of the public and Steamfitters Local 157. This is our first year, my first year organizing this event as office manager for the Local 157. Patty Szymanski will be on the board helping. We plan to have it go as smooth as it has for the past decade. So
It has been, are they doing, so we do have a favorable recommendation from engineering, we do have a favorable recommendation from the street department, and from Ted Lemke at the traffic, for the Terre Haute PD. Are you using the Jeep junkies or the Jeeps for helping them with road closures, do you know?
I'm not exactly sure.
Isn't that, or that's veteran?
That's veteran, I'm sure, like,
I don't
yeah,
think
I
so.
don't think it's the Jeeps, I think they take care of all this.
All the barricades are gonna be used street department.
That's right, for a lot of that.
Right, we'll use the type 3 barricades for the main streets, but it'll be on the 157 to kind of have the volunteers there to set the barricades up and pull them back down when the parade's over. You guys should have a list of volunteers to recruit. We've been doing it for a few years now. I think you probably usually
I
pull
would
your
say for
apprentices
some, it's gonna
into
be
it.
pretty routine. All right, any questions regarding the street closure?
Move to approve closure.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. There you go. Next we have a request for handicap parking at 1520 South 7th Street. This is really long.
Last meeting.
All right, so we do not have a favorable recommendation from the engineering department, but I will tell you, I drove by and I could tell, or in my, what I could make from that is the garage doors don't open, is that correct?
My car went up here,
Yeah,
so that works, still working. And just, when the 88 bus comes in, they go right down the street, 3 times to the south. I've called kids live on the north of me, my neighbor on the south of me. These kids, 6 kids live there, and they park in front of my home. I've been there 31 years, you pay tax, 31 years. I just wonder if I get out. When they fed to the last time, they put up there on the sidewalk, we open the door, it's got up the door. My wife got a new bill. I'd like to get it moved 3 feet to the north. That's my question.
so I've been by there, speaking to the board here, I would strongly recommend that we override engineering on this one because I went through the alley, you can't, you can't open those doors.
So what are you saying, no?
No.
No, I'm saying we're gonna override the engineering department.
But Kelly, what's the problem where we placed it before, so you can't open the door
If you're right against the sidewalk.
up against the sidewalk? So if we move it 3 feet north, is there still a sidewalk?
No.
What's
No.
there?
Grass, tree work, see on fire.
Like the sidewalks here, they placed it here and it should have been here.
So but it's gotta go on South 7th Street, just 3 feet north of his property address?
No, just 3 feet,
2 feet.
I wouldn't even say that,
2 feet, yeah.
yeah.
Isn't there sidewalk?
Can you show us on this screen here?
Yeah. Like he just wants to stand on this side of the sidewalk.
Oh,
It was on
You're
the
talking
previous side, it was on the south side.
You're talking about this right here.
Yes, that
I mean,
sidewalk
when he
right
opened
there.
the door, the sign hit, his door hit the
Yeah.
sign, not the
Yeah.
concrete.
Right.
Okay,
So just, the sign just needs to be here.
Gotcha.
you see what that was, so you tell me.
Okay, so
Move to approve.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm going to make a motion to approve the request for handicap parking.
And we move to.
So
Just
there's
the sign
the
placement
sign,
that we're
the
gonna
sign
do.
placement,
Okay.
and Brian knows and he'll relay that information. So we have a motion and a second to approve handicap parking at 1520 South 7th Street. Any further discussion from the public? From the board? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Thank you. You're welcome. Next, we have handicap parking request at 1701 South Center. Again, this one does not have favorable recommendations. However, I drove by there, I do have, this is you, right? So,
I have a handout of how far, the first two is how far does it walk from my driveway to my back door. And the back one is how far I walk from the street to my front door. And I can, chain my handicap roller up to the gazebo peg, so I don't have to take it up the steps and I can use the handrail. And, if you can see in the one with where my car's parked, that sidewalk it's all yellow line, and that's where home and center meet.
Yeah.
And I have to have room for Medicaid, the medical bus to pick me up for doctor's appointments. And the little Dachshund you see in the picture is my service dog. But it's
so
very good.
who would park there, you or for
Me,
us?
it's for me. Because of some reason, that people wanna park there and there's lots of parking around, but I can't walk that far. And I'm not getting any better, I'm getting worse. So
the sign would go where the car is located.
it would go, however long, to get a bus parked there. But from that sidewalk to the curb, it's all yellow. And then it's from probably here to there's my yard. So there's quite a distance to access one there. I greatly appreciate it. Because my health isn't getting any better, it's hard to.
Okay, so this one.
The garage, the driveway, I do share it, I share it with the neighbor, and there's not enough room to open my doors to get out or to get my rollator out. Because we share the garage and the door and the driveway.
Yeah, I went by there, I'm glad you actually came today because I would not have overruled engineering on this one because it seemed to me that you had easy access, but I was not aware that you had some difficulty walking, so.
Yeah, well, and I get real short of breath and I have to take breaks and sit down. If I'm in a grocery store, I can use the grocery cart. And actually Angel pulls me, so she helps. She's a good help.
Any questions from the board? I would recommend that we override.
Move to approve.
I guess my question is, you want this on the center street side or on the,
It's on the center, there's no parking on home.
Yeah, there's no parking.
that's home and is that cross?
Where the very back page,
Yeah, there is room right in front.
this is Center Street right here. And I'm right on the corner.
Okay.
And for the last 10 years, I have done nothing but fix that corner up. And now I have to hire all my work out because I can't do anything anymore.
So this is you right here?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. And this is where you're wanting it?
Yeah.
All right, any other questions from the board? From the public? All right, so you made a motion to approve,
Place the sign on the center.
and we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Get that done.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for the landscaping that you do there on Hall Street. That's-
Well, I wish I could do, I have to hire everything out now, but I'm taking pride in my property. My sister actually owns the house, but I have to pay her rent, so there's taxes and insurance, you know, and I don't get any help because of that, but it works out. Thank you. Thank you, Hank.
Next, we have a request from Hamilton Center to close North Middle from Elm to Locust on August 1st, at 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the annual meeting. We do have favorable recommendation.
I thought we approved this. Didn't we approve this before? I thought so.
I think this is a different one.
I think it's
It's a different day, different event?
Diversity walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, was supposed to be here, but.
Okay, move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have pavement preservation bid. Birthday boy?
So we would like to solicit bids for some alternative methods of extending the life of our roads beyond mill and fill. You know, we usually go out, mill an inch and a half and put back an inch and a half, or we'll just overlay an inch and a half. There's some other methods out there that's cheaper, that extends the life, so that we're kicking the can down the road basically on some of these roads because they're falling apart as fast as we can pave them. For this particular bid, we want to do what's called a cape seal on some of our roads, which is, on that road, we do a chip and seal over the top of it, and then we do a microsurface over the top of that. That fills in the ruts, fills in the cracks, gives it another 5 to 10 years is what I've been told. We're trying this out is what we're doing. What we want to do it on is Poplar Street, east of Fruit Ridge. I want to do it on Fruit Ridge, south of Poplar, and then there's a section of Fort Harrison I'd like to do this on, so.
Where are you learning about this new process?
All over the place. It's really big in Michigan. I attend the LTAP Asset Management Conferences every year, and they've started
I
showing us.
wonder if it was continuing in.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Is that faster than a mill and fill?
Yes and no. The process itself goes faster, but it's in 2 steps. So it's like, it's like we pay and then we come back and pay it again.
Right.
And we're gonna get a lot of complaints because as soon as everybody sees us chip and steal on the city streets, they're gonna freak out. But we're putting microsurface over the top of that so you won't have the
Did
chips
you
fly.
say you were gonna complain?
I don't even know why I said that.
You guys did.
So Brent, so the process would be you don't mill, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you just clean, then you put the chip and seal down.
Correct.
And then you put a micro seal down, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. And the micro seal is asphalt.
Yeah, it's.
What's
asphalt
the
versus-
time frame? Like, will people be driving on the chip and seal?
Yeah, within that, by the end of that day,
Yeah.
you're driving on
So when you
Oh.
said Michigan, that seems like they have the same temperature modifications that we do, so heat and cold is probably not going to impact.
it. I would think it would hurt them more than it would us, honestly.
I would think so.
That's what I'm
They
thinking.
get colder than we
You're
do.
not looking at somebody in Florida that's
Right.
having the same process. I mean, where I was going is that this Midwest. weather.
Milestone has a sister brother company that
Yep.
does this.
Got the 20 below to 100.
Is this the same, process that was used on Heritage Trail? So
That was just a microservice.
Okay.
Just microservice for it. This is the same process that the county did on Canal Road south of I-70. Which I talked to Larry Robbins a few days ago about it, and he said it's holding up pretty well.
And you said this is less expensive,
Yes, it's about 70% of what it costs to mill and fill.
and you think it's gonna last long?
Longer than what? It's going to push down the road when we have to actually mill and fill these streets by about 5 to 7 years is what I'm gonna say. 5 to 10 is what I was told. I think that's probably sales talk.
Go back to the complaints. What do you think people are gonna freak out over?
Like every time in the state or the county chip and seals, that process is they put down an oil and then they put these tiny little rocks over it basically and roll it in.
When
Those
everybody-
pop out and they fly out, they hit people's windshields and everybody hates it. That's, as soon as we do that, we're gonna come back, put a microsurface over the top of that, so.
The same day.
Next day.
Next day.
Yeah. Weather pending, of course.
Yes.
So right now, what you're seeking is for us to approve just you going out seeking the
Yes,
bid.
I want to solicit bids. I think the dollar value of this will be above $300,000, so we have to actually do some bids on this.
It'll be a sealed bid. Yes, we have a question.
Will that be on the westbound beside Denny Farm? That's horrible along there. Along.
Talking about Poplar?
On Poplar.
Yes.
So will that be milled or fixed before you do that? Because you fix, they put a lot of craters in there, but that's still, you gotta kind of ride right on the shoulder and miss all that.
Oh, absolutely. There's a couple places on Poplar that I think after we do this, we're probably gonna have to go in and patch. Some of that stuff is subsurface problems.
Right,
But so the other thing I considered with that was taking that section and milling, filling that section. But when you bring in a milling machine for such a small section, the unit price you pay is astronomical.
right.
So I think we're gonna get off cheaper if we just go ahead and cape seal it. And then what fails after we cape seal it, we go in and we full that patch it.
And it'll smooth some of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of really undrivable.
It'll actually be great right after we cape seal it. But I think the subsurface things that are going on there, that area, that spot is going to fall apart a lot quicker than the rest of it is. And that's the point we're going.
Well, I mean, will you take like a grade all, do some more trenching along the side there to get
We'll
that
have to.
water away from there?
For sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet.
You're talking about doing anything to the apron on Poplar, right there by Denny Park? It just seems like it just like drops right off, you know what I mean? But,
Same as Holman.
oh, the same way.
Yeah. Out east, yeah.
No,
I'll take a look at it.
yeah, I said Poplar.
Holman's just
At the top of the hill,
you just gotta keep it between the lines.
yeah.
You can't make this.
No?
Not yet.
Yeah, you're about to say.
Okay, any more questions for Brad, AKA Birthday Boy, on the pavement presentation bid? So once we approve this, then you'll start the process.
Yeah, I'll work with Robin, get it advertised, and then we'll come back we'll figure out a bid opening date. Go from there.
Move to approve the pavement preservation bid process.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Next, Birthday Boy, you're still on.
Yeah, that's me.
City Hall exterior repairs bid.
Okay, so a lot of things need to still happen at City Hall on the exterior. We've replaced the roof, but we still have leaks inside the building, and they're all around the exterior walls of the upper floors. We think what's going on is around the windows through mortar joints that are gone. It's coming in behind the stone and causing the leaks there. So there's a lot more work that needs done than we have money for. So we're going to do this in a few phases. And so this would be for the first phase. And the first thing we want to do is out on the back side of City Hall, on the west side. We want to replace the canopy that used to be there with something a lot nicer than what used to be there. But in order to do that, some of the stones that the weight of that's going to be sitting on need repaired or replaced. They're going to retype points and things. They're going to take some blocks off and redo the mortar and put it back on. Then there's a few blocks on the building itself that it looks, if you walk through that door, you can see all the pieces of it scaling off. So we want to replace those blocks and make it look nice again. So that is what this first phase would look like. It would be I believe it'll be under $300,000, so we would just get 3 quotes for this instead of doing sealed bids. But I'll be happy to answer your questions.
That's the back, where you talking about, that's the back where it used to come in.
On the west side.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, it's, and then there was a handrail, that all of that would be replaced.
That will be replaced, yes, yeah. Everything will be ADA compliant again, except the ramp. The ramp's too steep, but we can't do much about that right now. So.
But you're not getting any leaking from the roof.
No, I've looked at it, I've had Mike Wolbeser look at it, I've had 2 other people look at that roof, and nobody sees any problem with that roof. It's all coming, the water hits the building, runs down the side, and then it just comes in around the windows. I mean, just about.
We're not gonna relate to this.
Oh, right.
Mine cost more than 300,000. But I will tell you, with Midwest Restoration, they did all the tech plumbing and everything on the east facade of our building. But our windows still, I mean, it would leak. Their last day, I had them go around the front and they just caulked the windows. I know it's a short-term fix, but
Yeah.
we have not had any.
We've done that a few times here. There's one.
I mean, I'm sure you need something a little more permanent than that, but
There's one window in particular right above the main entrance to the engineering department. That window on the third floor has been caulked many times and we still get a leak right there when it rains. Rain comes out in the north, so. And once again, this is just a phase of everything we want to do. I think, and I don't know what inflation looks like over the next 3 or 4 years, but as of right now, it looks like about $1 million worth of work needs done to the outside of this building to repair all that. There's also blocks, northeast corner and above the basement garage. If you look, they're starting to you can see they're starting to work their way out. So, I mean, they're not gonna fall tomorrow or anything like that. If something they're done with them at some point, that is going to be a risk. I'd rather do that now instead of waiting until it is a risk.
do you know how long it's been since any work's been done to this on the exterior?
I think they pressure washed it a few years ago, that's about it, but I know.
Chemical washing. Otherwise, if it wasn't just a one sort of Band-Aid on something, there's been no comprehensive work done to the exterior. This will be
We did it
first.
about 4 years ago, we redid the steps to City Hall.
And I know we're not a financial arm, but budgeting, you'll just figure, I mean, you'll.
Yeah, I mean, the
depend on
mayor's
budget.
been giving me so much per year to do something with City Hall. He is actually gonna increase it next year, he said, and that's subject to city council approval and all that, but, we're gonna try to do this. My idea was based on the amount he was proposing per year, it was actually $250. Just doing one wall per year, and then do that over 4 years. He's actually talking about increasing next year, so maybe we could do 2, turn this into a 3-year thing, get it all done, so, but this is just the first step.
Well, as a victim of neglect, I am all about the proactive approach. Before you run into some serious problems, because then it is bad. All right, any questions regarding the City Hall exterior repairs bid from the board? From the public? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion then.
To approve the city hall exterior repairs. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Nice. Hold on, birthday boy.
Thank you.
Next we have payroll.
Motion approved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Next we have claims. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And next on the agenda is, and this is for a matter of information only, I understand. We're not going to be acting today, but this is a Terre Haute transit.
Yeah, it's just to update our DBE program.
And that's disadvantaged business enterprise.
That's correct.
Just
So,
saying that on the record.
The TA made some changes to the TAM program. I have to just say that I'm a tier 2, means 100 or less vehicles. I'm a small agency. I don't have to no longer disclose DBE goals or in my policy anymore. I still actively will seek DBE, but I don't have to have a goal anymore. That's what this
Who
is about.
requires that?
FDA made changes, yeah. And then, the TAM plan is the transit and asset management, and that's where the tier 2 came in place. How, our conditions of our capital items, the age, and things like that. And so I just had to disclose on my tier 2 in my DBE, no longer have to have goals. But everything else is in there. We still promote a small business and bidder list and everything. So, but other than that, I'll have to no longer have goals. and spell it out. And then I don't need your approval because it was approved, I just need to inform you that I made my changes and they're here. And I don't have to disclose this policy to FDA unless during a triennial, which is my every 3-year audit for the federal government, make sure I'm spending money correctly, they may ask and look at it.
Right.
That's all that is.
You see this greatly impacting the vendors you use right now?
It's, well, there isn't a lot of DDE people here, unfortunately. No, not at all, no changes, because we don't really have, most of mine is operational. So when I need a part, I need a part now.
Yeah.
I can't find a vendor who I have to ship and do all that, and that's unfortunate. But I mean, because we are small, and most of ours is operational costs.
Sure.
Who would you consider a DBE, or do you have any examples?
No, the only time we ever did this when we had a woman-owned fueling, and that was it. No, there isn't. And some people, I used Right Choice for our drug, testing. She owned that, but she never would sign up. But I did use Right Choice, which, but she would never fill out the paperwork to get herself registered as a DBE. That would be about it, that's all I have.
Nice, well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other new business to come before the board? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor? Thanks, everyone. Does everyone need to sign?
You and then one spot from here.
Well, you have all your notes on there. Okay, thank you. She can have one. Yeah, your notes are there. I got one thing here, let's do that, thank you.
What's on the agenda for today, for your board?
He's already had that.
My birthday was actually yesterday.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
So here, we're trying to get it open, it didn't work?
Oh, it worked.
What?